Today we are making chocolate rum balls. So I ground up two 7.9 ounce packages of these biscuits. They come in different brands. I think Goya makes these. I think there's also a brand, they're called Marie, but they look like this. Sometimes they're round. It's just a plain biscuit, vanilla flavor, I guess. So I ground two packages up in a food processor. And now to this I'm going to add a half a cup of cocoa powder with a half a teaspoon of salt. And I'm going to mix it up. And then I'm going to add 1 cup of finely chopped toasted walnuts. I toasted the walnuts in a dry pan on the stove. In the saucepan I have 1 cup of heavy cream, and I melted 1 stick of unsalted butter, that's half a cup, and half a cup of white granulated sugar. I dissolved the sugar in there, and I'm going to add this mixture to my cookie mixture. I'm going to add half at first and see if I need to add more, and I'll let you know. And I also might need a little bit more sugar. I'm just going to taste it later and let you know. Okay, so I'm definitely going to need to add more milk, but before I do that, I'm going to add some dark rum. Now you can add to taste. I probably just added a 1/4 cup, and I'll mix that in. I'll mix in the milk, and we'll see where we go from there. So I said milk, but I meant cream, and I ended up using the rest of it, but then it was a little bit too liquidy, so I ended up grinding up in the food processor the rest of the biscuits that I had, and I used 2/3 of the package in here, and I saved 1/3 of it. I'm going to roll the balls in some of the cookie crumbs. Now I tasted it and I found that it needed a little bit more sugar. I ended up adding some confectioner's sugar because I wasn't going to dissolve it in any more cream, so I didn't want the grainy feeling, so I used some powdered sugar. I used another half a cup, but it's up to you how sweet you want it. Now I'm going to roll them into little balls. If you have a little tiny ice cream scooper, that would be handy now, but I'm just going to eyeball it, and I don't mind if they're not all the same size and they're not perfect. You're going to get some of the grease from the melted butter on your hands, but it's good because it helps you roll the ball. So I'm going to take this, and you can roll it in so many different things. I have some of the cookie crumbs here, like I mentioned before. This is my favorite way to do it. So I'm going to do that, and then I have these little tiny liners here. I'm going to put that in there, and I'll show you a close-up later. So now I'm going to make another one. And I have some ground up pistachios here. I have some powdered sugar. I also have some cocoa powder. You could dip them in melted chocolate, dark chocolate, white chocolate, milk chocolate, different kinds of nuts. It's really, your imagination is your only limit here. So these are the pistachios. They're not green because they're toasted. Put that in there. I'm going to make another one. I'll show you what it looks like with the cocoa powder. These make a beautiful holiday gift, and they're a great treat at home. They keep for quite a while in the fridge. I'm going to roll this in the cocoa powder. It's going to look just like a truffle. So beautiful. See that? Okay, and I'm just going to keep making these, and I'll show you the final product in the end. You want to make sure you refrigerate these for quite a while before eating them, and they taste better with time. So here they are all done. Aren't they beautiful? And this is a fun recipe to make with your children. They could roll the balls. It's really easy, and it's no bake. You don't need an oven. You don't have to get your kitchen all hot. So happy holidays. I hope you enjoy.